Hey everyone, it's Kasia from Tarot Map, and this is a VR to Christine and Celeste for the tag My First, Last and Always Tarot Deck. So my first tarot deck was this one, Kazanlad Tarot, and I was living in Cologne at the time in Germany. I took a year off my uni after the second year, and I went to live in Germany for a year. And in Poland in 98, that was 98, in Poland you could forget about tarot. We had like one great tarot teacher at the time, but I wasn't even really sure what tarot was. Like, there was no talk about it, no internet. I didn't even maybe have a computer then, I can't remember. So I went to Cologne and I went to the bookshops there, normal, and I saw tarot and I was so fascinated. I've heard about tarot, like read about it somewhere, but I wasn't quite sure. Like, I was a bit scared and excited, so I got this deck in the end. This is still in German because I studied German at uni, so I spoke German well. And I was trying to pick the right deck for myself, and I picked Kazanlad Tarot because I loved that it combined different cultures. That for me was quite fascinating. I'm a Sagittarius, as you know, and I love that this deck had so many influences from other religions and other cultures. So, for example, the cups were kind of like Hungarian Slavic, which I could definitely identify with, and Christian at the same time. Then the swords were Egyptian. Unfortunately, I'm missing 2 sword cards from this deck. I'm so bummed. This was my first deck. You can see it's a bit worn, but it still would be very usable. And then the wands are Hindu. And the pentacles are like Islamic. Also, the majors were very kind of Islam inspired. Like the look of the artwork, this beautiful gold, Arabic letters. I loved it. It's beautiful. So this was my first deck, Kazanlad Tarot. My last deck that came a few days ago is Tarot de Sainte Croix. And this tarot deck reminds me of Chrysalis Tarot a little bit in energy. It's different because it's much more modern and kind of, in Chrysalis you won't find like the regular kind of life scenes, just because it's much more nature-based and fantastical kind of thing. But in energy, maybe the frames also, the coloring, this deck really reminds me of the other one, and I found it quite fascinating that I'm so drawn to this type of energy right now. Obviously, I knew about this deck before, and I always liked it, but somehow I never kind of felt enough drawn to it to purchase it. And I could swap for it a few times, and it never happened. And in the end, I bought it just recently from the Tarot BG shop in Europe, because the shipping from America is really expensive for this deck. So if you're in Europe and you would like to get this deck, I will link this shop below. You can check it out. I will obviously, I haven't played with it very long, so I will do a kind of review of it later on when I get to know it a bit better. But I love it right now. It's something which I really needed. And my forever deck, well, it has to be Tarot de Marseille, because Tarot de Marseille changed the way I read tarot. It opened my eyes to like a different world, and many decks did before, but this was not just a deck, it was just a whole system of reading and a whole system of seeing. And I just love this Marseille decks in general. I love Pip decks, but Marseille style decks especially are my like soul decks. And this is Jeanne Dodal, which I love, especially just because of the eyes. I love the eyes and how the figures are portrayed. I just find it amazing. And I love the feel of the paper. I love the coloring, the simplicity of it, how clean the cards are when you put them next to one another. So this is my forever deck, and probably one of my favorite Marseille decks, Jeanne Dodal from Flonnery. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Look how beautiful these flowers are. Spring has arrived. I'm so excited. Okay, speak to you soon. Bye. And Christine, this is especially for you. So I'm going to just show off a few cards from the Kazanlar Tarot. I love this deck, but this move is for Christine and Celeste, because we had our little private "ooh, I love hula hooping" moment, and I said I will do a VR and have a little swing for her too. So that's just to make you smile. Bye.